Now, when you're working on AI projects, should you be using an agile methodology or not? I'm going to get to that in this video. Hello ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, Kane Sims here from VUX World, and in this video I'm going to show you a very simple framework that will allow you to determine whether you should use agile methodologies in your AI projects. Now, most people use agile when they ought not to be using agile just because it's cool and hip and trendy to do so. Now, if you want to use agile effectively and properly, you need to use it in the right context. Now, at VUX World, we specialize in conversational AI and NLP technologies, but you can utilize this framework for any AI project, and in fact, any project in general. Now, to determine whether to use agile methodologies in your work, you need to ask yourself two questions. The first question is related to your requirements, and so we're going to put requirements down here. Now, if you have a low understanding of your requirements, we're going to put that at the top, and if you have a high degree of understanding about your requirements, we're going to put that at the bottom. We're going to draw another axis down here, and this one, if we can see this still we can, is all about technology. And exactly the same thing, if you have high confidence in how to use the technology that you will be using for your project, you'll be down this end. And if you have low confidence and low understanding of the technology that you're going to be using, you're going to be down that end. Now, if you have a high degree of confidence in your requirements and you're somewhere around here, and you have a high competency in your technology and you're somewhere around here, then in this field you really do not need to be using agile methodologies whatsoever, and you can revert to a more waterfall kind of approach, because you're not going to expect any surprises. You know the technology inside out and you know your requirements. Think about this like, for example, if you're building a website, you can conduct a bit of exploratory research initially, you can do some web analytics on your current website, you can probably gather a decent informed requirements list and prioritize those requirements for your website. You might have a team of designers, a team of developers who are competent in Joomla or WordPress or whatever the technology is that you're using, and you might have a high degree of confidence over that, and so you don't really need to use an agile methodology for your web design project, providing you meet those two criteria. However, when it comes to artificial technology, artificial intelligence technology, or conversational AI as we specialize in, not that many organizations have a tremendous amount of experience with AI technologies, and so there tends to be a low confidence and low understanding of the technology required in a given project. If you've never implemented AI before and you're not quite sure about how to go about doing it and the requirements that you have around doing it, you might have a low degree of confidence around either your technical requirements, your user needs, how to implement, what kind of teams that you need, and all this kind of stuff. You might have a low degree of confidence, and therefore you might be placed somewhere in this space here. If you're in this space here, or in fact any of this space here, this is the perfect place for using agile methodologies, because it allows you to take small steps at a time, find the biggest problem to solve that, work on your must-haves, and progress that way. There is a little danger zone over here, which is what they call anarchy. And if you really have zero clue about your technology at all, if the word artificial intelligence scares you and you have no clue about your requirements whatsoever, then you're in very dangerous territory, and that's when you should be reaching out to a company like VUX World for help. So, hope that was informational. Hope it was interesting as well. Next time you're thinking about artificial intelligence, you're thinking about conversational AI use cases and things like that, to decide how to approach it, ask yourself two questions. Do we understand our requirements in enough detail for us to start something? And do we understand the technology that we're using to be able to competently build something in the first instance? If you do not, use Agile. If you have zero clue about any of it at all, give us a shout at VUX World. I've been Kane Sims. Until the next one, see you later.